You are now watching Face to Face, live from the CSL studio. Your host, Nesta Cann.
Good night and welcome to another episode of Face to Face. Yours truly, Nesta Cann. And today we have a special guest in the studio who goes by the name of Stephanie Rivera.
Yes.
Am I pronouncing that right?
That's proper, yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm really good. And yourself?
I'm good. What's new? What have you been up to?
I have been up to a lot of different things. So I moved here because my life dream is to be an entertainer, right? So I came here 2 years ago, and I've just been throwing myself into the show business world. And at this current moment, I'm working on 2 independent films, and I'm also working on a web series. I just made my first song ever a couple of months ago. I'm trying to actively write some more music. And I also am trying to work on creating a keyboard app.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about music. What got you into music?
I've always been really, really into singing and music. Like, honestly, that's like my number one entertainment goal. I always wanted to be a singer.
Right.
When I was in college, I took voice lessons for years. I was in the choir and everything. And I just think that that's honestly my strongest point in entertainment. Like, I just think I'm a really, really good singer.
Yeah, really?
Mm-hmm.
So your music is classified as what what genre?
The song that I did actually is in Spanish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in
So
Spanish.
it's like more like reggaeton,
I wouldn't
salsa,
say.
merengue.
No, it wasn't really salsa. I want to do that style, of course, but I guess the song that I made right now,
Yeah.
I guess you can call it like Latin trap.
Latin trap? That's something different.
No, it's a real genre though.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's a real genre.
Wow.
I mean, Bad Bunny is considered to be like a Latin trap artist.
Oh, okay, yeah. Bad Bunny. So now the film that you're shooting, the movie, what is that about?
It's 2 different films. So one of them is called Never Play the Victim, and then the other one is called oh my gosh, yes, what's the name of the other movie? I completely forgot. I'm sorry, I have so much that I do. I actually lose track. I remember Never Play the Victim because my director actually sent me the trailer a couple of days ago. I'm trying to remember what's the name. It was a horror film. I completely forgot the title. It'll come to me near the end, probably.
They're both like horror kind of films?
One is horror. The other one is a comedy/drama.
Yeah.
It's based on like real events within like the urban community, and then the other one is literally a horror film.
Okay.
But like based on like stereotypes of, the crazy white man kills all the minorities.
All right. Would this be like on Netflix or anything like that? How you guys plan on putting it on Netflix, or just gonna be like an indie kind of film kind of stuff?
I'm not exactly sure what my director wants to do. I know he wants to create his own website and then have all of his films available to be viewed there. But
Right.
I also know that he plans on distributing it.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure through what mediums he's going to use.
Okay.
But I do know he definitely plans on distributing it too.
Okay. Now tell us more about the apps that you have.
The apps that I have live right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is why I have brought the tablets I can show you. So I have 2 apps that are live right now. One of them is a game.
Okay.
And then the other one, I'm going to show you the game first, actually. All right. So right now we only have it available for Android. We're working on making it iOS compatible.
Okay. So it's in the Play Store.
It's in the Play Store, yeah. It's called Habibi in Space.
Oh, okay. Have you been in space?
Yeah. It's basically one of those games that you
Kinda
have
looks
to.
like him. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to be based on him, and then we're going to make another game that's going to be based on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So let me see. Start.
Yeah,
Comedy.
it's a jokey thing. Just like my game is going to be a jokey type of game too.
So it's basically a game with shooting like and like space.
Using the space trying to avoid the meteors and the foreign objects.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, exactly.
That's cool. Do you have a lot? You could track, see how many people have downloaded it
Yes,
so far.
yeah, we do have
A
a
lot of people.
motherboard that sees how many people play it and whatnot.
Nice. And then the other app you have guys got
Yes.
going on.
It's a news app. So that one is called Insta News, and that's also another one we're working on putting on the iOS store. Okay. Here it is. So Insta News is basically condensed news stories. Like literally the most important facts you need out of an article is what we'll display to someone. If they want to read the article more in depth, we'll provide a link so they can actually see the page that we got it from.
Oh, so yes, no more of those reading like unnecessary stuff. You just want
Basically,
the
just
main
the
fact-
most important fact.
stuff.
Yeah,
Facts.
we kind of figured it for the busy person that wants to be in the know.
Yeah. How is this going?
This one's going really well, but we're just trying to get it approved in the iOS store because they keep on telling us that we're plagiarizing. But we make sure that we're not using any of the same words the original articles are using, but they're still like giving us a really hard time about it.
Okay. And I understand you have something like an Airbnb going on.
Yes, we're working on this other app. It's called Igloo Isle, and it's basically similar in the realm of Airbnb where people will put up their empty rooms either for long-term stays or short-term stays.
Yeah. So how did you get the idea for some of your businesses? Like it's for the app. How did you get the idea for that one?
That was his idea.
That was the idea.
Yeah, and all of them have been pretty much his idea for the most part. The only one that I'm really like getting on him about is making like, my keyboard app. But the thing is that we have to find an artist that will draw everything because obviously you have to make the GIFs first, and then you have to put them into the system, code them up.
Yeah. Is it hard making an app? 'Cause
it takes long. It really depends on what you're trying to develop.
Oh,
like
okay.
some apps can take a couple of weeks, some can take a few months. It just depends on the exact theme of it.
Okay. And you guys are only two. You got any employees for your business?
No, it's just
Not
us
yet,
three.
just
It's
us.
three business partners.
Three
Yeah.
business partners.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the company goals?
Oh, to be a global conglomerate?
Yeah, obviously, right?
Yes, absolutely. Be super successful. Like, I did not move to New York to be a slave to the 9-to-5 life. Like, I came
Yeah.
here because I want to be a successful entrepreneur, and that's
Yeah.
what I plan on doing.
And what's so unique about what you guys got going on? You have to stand out a little bit.
I think we're all people of color,
Yeah.
and we all have completely different backgrounds, and we all still manage to get along, and we are just trying to appeal to all the major markets of the world. We're trying to not just keep everything in English, we're trying to translate everything into a language that everybody can understand.
Right. Now, as far as the singing, do you perform?
I very rarely perform. Like, I haven't had the time to be completely frank. Honestly, doing my acting work takes up most of my time.
Oh, so you're more doing the acting more.
That and the occasional modeling job, but I very rarely model nowadays.
We're a model nowadays. Yeah, 'cause I saw the Instagram and see like modeling and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
but I haven't done it in a really long time.
Oh, okay.
But that's honestly because I'm just so tired of everyone trying to shoot me naked or in my lingerie. Like, it gets old after a while. Like,
After a while,
come
yeah.
on. There's other aspects of me. Like, I want to be seen in business clothes. I want to be seen in stuff that's not me being butt naked. You feel me?
Right. And then the acting part, are you with SAG or anything like that?
I'm
Or
still
no?
non-union,
Non-union?
technically. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. So, have you ever been in a role with anybody popular, anyone famous, or still?
I've done a few big-time music videos, but like I wasn't one of the leads.
You weren't one of the leads?
No, I wasn't one of the leads because they were actually back when I used to live in South Florida. You're only a lead if you weigh 2 pounds, but you have enormous breasts and enormous butt
Yeah.
that you paid for.
Oh, so from Florida to New York. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Florida
grew up-
was pretty slow.
I couldn't take the life there. I always hated living in Miami, even though I literally grew
Miami?
up there. Yeah.
Wow. You lived in
No.
Miami. People from New York are going down to Florida now.
People,
For the cost of living, wow.
everybody in New York dreams of going to Miami,
Right.
and I really don't get it because I think Miami is so miserable.
Oh, yeah?
I think the people that really love Miami have something wrong with their character. Like, the only way you prosper in Miami is by selling drugs, your body, scamming.
Yeah.
That's about it. Like, it's really hard to prosper on a moral and legal level because you got to understand something. A lot of people don't know that Miami actually has the lowest wages in the entire country. Like, literally the average person in Miami probably makes less than $30K a year. And then they have the highest rent in comparison to how much you make.
Right.
Like, it's chump change. Literally 30% of your income goes to paying for housing. At least in New York, you have more avenues and more ways to make better money, even though the housing market is almost as bad.
Right.
But at least in New York, there's affordable housing. There's no affordable housing in Miami. Like, they just had their first, they voted in to do some affordable housing for the first time ever.
Wow.
Which is crazy because, everybody's like really flocking down there for whatever dumb reason that they have.
A lot of people figure, okay, we move from out of New York, more further south, the cost of living is going to be better. It's Miami, South Beach.
Miami's really
palm
expensive.
trees.
No, man, Miami is really, really expensive. And you also have to factor in that you don't have the public transportation system
Yeah,
that
that's
New
true.
York has. Like, if you don't know how to drive,
Mhm.
if you don't have your own vehicle, you're going to be super screwed in Miami. Unless you're living in, say, downtown or Miami Beach. Like, you absolutely need a car to get around.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. So unless you have a lot of money for Uber or Lyft or you're cool with waiting every hour for the bus to come, like,
Right.
you have to have really reliable transportation because there's no other way to get around.
Yeah. Okay. As far as acting now, any specific roles that you like to play?
I really love when I'm able to do more comedic roles.
Yeah.
I often get typecast a lot as like a seductress, oh, the bad girl. I mean, that's not the only aspect of me, and that's not the only aspect I want depicted of myself. But I really like when I'm able to be ridiculously funny. It's
Yeah.
not very often that it happens, so when it does, I'm like really
So
excited.
you're a comedian basically.
In my mind,
In
I
your
want to
mind.
think I am.
And you're Dominican, Puerto Rican?
No, my father's family is Puerto Rican. My mom's family is Ecuadorian.
Oh, Ecuadorian. Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
Cool. All right. So what are some of the things you're most happy to you accomplished so far that you're
Honestly, getting out of South Florida, I still can't believe, like, sometimes I'm like, wow, I really did. I used to dream of it, and then I finally made it out. I'm also really proud of getting double digit in the 1,000 followers on Instagram. It definitely helps a lot because people
Yeah.
definitely take you more seriously. Like, a lot of people,
Did you get those followers like when you were doing the modeling or now that you're doing
I've
the
been
app
getting,
and the business?
I promote myself heavily everywhere I go. I'm always like shouting out with other women that are in the same sphere.
Right.
And as a marketing tool, what I like to do is I like to check in a lot to places.
Okay.
And then I'll leave a link to my social media. And I get a lot of followers that way. This is free
really?
game for y'all if you're trying to pick your following up. That's how you do it.
Giving me a little hints. I gotta start doing that.
Trust me on this. Yo, I don't know, are you active on Snapchat or Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay, so definitely if you use the story feature or even if you do a feed post,
Mm-hmm.
check into places, because then if you check into a location
Right.
and then people click on that location, you'll come up and then people will be able to see your content.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the avenues I use to build my following. I check into a lot of places.
Okay.
For real.
I'll take that advice from you. Real quick, do you have any advice for someone just coming into the business of acting?
Not all exposure is good exposure. Not all money is good money. Be very sure that you are comfortable with a project. If it's something new, you have to make sure that's going to be okay with you, because there's a lot of projects I've done that I really regret now.
Yeah.
So I think people really have to know what it is that they're comfortable with doing,
Right.
and just don't strand from it, because if you find that you do something and then after a while you regret it, it's going to be really hard to like work to either get it off the internet or come to terms with doing said thing.
So basically, someone wants you to.
Be really honest
Make
with
it, yeah.
yourself. I always tell people, just be really honest with yourself. Like, honestly, you need, at the end of the day, you need to be cool with where your life is going.
Right.
And you also need to understand that people will always remember the worst.
Right.
They will, once they find something bad about you, that's it. It's the end for you. So definitely make sure that you do things that are okay with you. So that's probably my biggest advice to people. I can't even stress, like, you know, you got to bust your ass to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
I hate people that say that entertainment work doesn't involve luck. In entertainment, 90% of making it is being at the right place at the right time or meeting the right person.
Right.
You could really, I know people that have been busting their ass 20, 30, 40 years. They still haven't gotten their big break. It's all luck. It seriously is mostly luck.
Oh wow. Okay.
Absolutely.
So before we go, like, how can people get in touch with you? Let us know. Snapchat, Instagram, all that
Okay.
good stuff.
Okay, so I am on Tumblr. You can
Wow.
find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Snapchat and on Facebook. On Twitter, my username is Kiss My Big Fat Ass. On Tumblr, on Snapchat, on Instagram, and on Facebook, you can use the handle Bronx Boom Boom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Those are the only ways you can find me.
Websites? No websites?
I do have a website, bronxboomboom.com.
Oh. Do you update that often or no?
The thing is, it's linked to my social media. So
Oh.
whenever I update on there, you'll actually just see the thread.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's a pleasure having you on the show, Stephanie.
Thank you.
All right. Wish you all the best. You guys all the best in the future.
Likewise, you too. I really appreciate it. We need all the luck we can get.
All right. That wraps up another episode of Face to Face. Yours truly, Nesta Cann. Take care and God bless.